What if Lincoln currency I told you that a simple penny from 1967 could be worth a mind-blowing $43 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Some rare 1967 Lincoln pennies have sold for insane amounts at auctions, and today, we're going to dive deep into why these coins are so valuable. We'll explore their history, rare errors, grading, and exactly what makes them worth life-changing money. Stick around because you might just have one of these rare coins sitting in your collection, or even in your pocket. The history of the 1967 Lincoln PNNY. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to take a trip back to 1967. That year was unique in U.S. coinage history. The United States Mint was experimenting with different minting processes, trying to solve a major issue, a severe coin shortage. Due to the rise of silver prices in the early 1960s, many people were hoarding coins, especially silver ones, leading to an extreme shortage of circulating change. As a response, the U.S. Mint made significant changes in 1965, 1966, and 1967. One of the biggest changes was the removal of mint marks. That's right, if you look at a 1967 penny, you'll notice there's no D for Denver or S for San Francisco, because that year, all pennies were struck without mint marks. This was done to discourage collectors from hoarding coins based on their mint origin. The Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints all produced coins, but there's no way to distinguish which mint a specific 1967 penny came from. Another interesting fact is that 1967 pennies were struck with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, just like most pennies from the early 1900s until 1982. This means that even a regular 1967 penny has some intrinsic value due to its copper content. However, certain rare 1967 pennies have been discovered with errors, special varieties, or pristine conditions that make them incredibly valuable. What makes the 1967 penny so special? So what makes some 1967 pennies worth thousands or even millions? There are several factors that determine the value of a coin: rarity, condition, errors, and demand. Let's break these down one by one. Why certain 1967 Lincoln pennies are considered rare because of specific errors or limited production varieties. Although millions of these pennies were produced, finding one in mint condition or with an error is exceptionally difficult, making them highly desirable to collectors. Condition: a coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70, mint state 70, being a perfect, flawless coin. A standard 1967 penny in circulated condition is usually worth only a few cents for its copper value, but one in MS 67 or higher can fetch thousands. If you happen to find a 1967 penny in perfect condition with no wear, no scratches, and full original luster, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Errors and varieties: one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is discovering errors. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1967 pennies have unique errors that make them worth thousands, or even millions. Let's look at some of the most notable ones. Double die error: the most famous error for the 1967 Lincoln penny is the doubled die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned or doubled die, causing the letters, numbers, and even Lincoln's portrait to appear doubled. If you find a 1967 penny with clear doubling on words like Liberty or In God We Trust, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars, especially in high-grade condition. Off center strike: an off-center strike happens when the blank planchet is misaligned with the die, causing part of the design to be missing. Depending on how off-center the strike is, these errors can range in value from $50 to several $1,000s. The more dramatic the off-center error, the more valuable the coin. Clipped planchet error: another rare error is the clipped planchet, where a portion of the penny appears to be missing due to an issue during the cutting process. If the clip is clean and obvious, collectors are willing to pay a premium for these rare varieties. Overstrike errors: some 1967 pennies were accidentally struck over other coins or had multiple strikes. These overstrike errors are extremely rare and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. The $43 million PNNY now. You might be wondering, how can a penny be worth $43 million? While number 1967 penny has officially sold for that amount yet, there are expert predictions that if a one-of-a-kind, perfect error or pristine specimen were discovered, it could reach record-breaking prices. Certain rare pennies have sold for millions, and with increasing interest in rare coins, the market value keeps climbing. If a never-before-seen error or one-of-a-kind 1967 penny appears, it could become the most expensive penny in history. How to check if you have a rare 1967 PNNY? If you have a 1967 Lincoln penny, you'll want to check if it's a rare variety. Here's how to do it. Look for doubling in the letters and numbers. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for a doubled die error. Check for misaligned or off-center strikes. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin. Examine the edges for clipping or missing sections. Inspect the condition. If the penny has full red luster and no wear, it could be extremely valuable. Consider getting your coin graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade can significantly increase the value of your coin. Where to sell a valuable 1967 PNNY? If you think you have a valuable 1967 penny, you might be wondering where to sell it. Here are some of the best places: online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, local coin dealers and pawn shops, coin shows and numismatic conventions, direct sales to collectors through online forums or social media. Final thoughts and call TOACTION. The 1967 Lincoln penny is more than just a small copper coin. It's a piece of history that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. With rare errors, high-grade conditions, and increasing demand among collectors, this coin's value is only going up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more exciting coin videos, and comment below if you've ever found an old penny worth big money. Who knows? Your next coin hunt could lead you to a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Imagine stumbling upon a penny that could change your life forever. A simple, ordinary-looking coin from 1977, yet it holds the potential to be worth an astonishing $43 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. In today's video, we're diving deep into the hidden treasure that is the 1977 Lincoln penny. We'll explore its history, minting details, rare errors, and exactly what makes some of these coins so valuable. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your pocket change. Chapter 1: The History of the 1977 Lincoln PNNY. Old images of the U.S. Mint, historical footage of coin production. To truly understand the value of the 1977 Lincoln penny, we have to go back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design evolved, but in 1959, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, replacing the original wheat ears. The 1977 penny continued this design and was struck at 3 different U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia pennies have no mint mark, the Denver pennies carry a D below the date, and the San Francisco versions, which were proof coins, have an S mint mark. Chapter 2: What makes the 1977 penny so special? Scene: close-up shots of various 1977 pennies, highlighting different aspects of the coin. What makes this seemingly common penny worth tens of millions of dollars? It comes down to rarity, condition, errors, and collector demand. While billions of pennies were produced in 1977, only a few have certain characteristics that make them extremely valuable. A combination of rare errors, pristine condition, and unexpected metal compositions can turn an ordinary 1977 penny into a legendary collector's item. Chapter 3: Key Errors and VARIETAS. High-resolution images of error coins, arrows pointing to key features. Some of the most valuable 1977 Lincoln pennies contain mint errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. Let's go over the most important ones to look for. First, the double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, resulting in noticeable doubling on letters such as Liberty and In God We Trust. These errors can be subtle or dramatic, and the more obvious the doubling, the higher the value. Some of these pennies have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Another rare error is the OFF center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing. Off-center strikes of 50% or more with a clear date and mint mark can be worth thousands. Next, we have the clipped planchet error. This happens when a portion of the coin is accidentally cut off before striking, leading to a crescent-shaped gap. These errors are unique and, depending on severity, can command high prices. One of the most intriguing errors is the wrong planchet error. Occasionally, pennies are mistakenly struck on foreign coin blanks or even on silver planchets intended for dimes. If a 1977 penny was struck on the wrong metal, it could be worth an incredible amount. Grading and condition. How much could your penny be worth? Seen. Side-by-side comparison of a worn penny versus a pristine, uncirculated penny. If you want to determine the value of your 1977 Lincoln penny, you need to understand coin grading. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a perfect, flawless specimen. The better the condition, the higher the value. A standard circulated 1977 penny is worth face value, but one graded MS 67 or higher can be worth thousands of dollars. Proof coins, especially deep cameo proofs, are also highly desirable. The big money. How can a penny be worth $43 million? Seen. Breaking news graphics, flashing images of rare coins sold at auctions. Now for the question everyone is asking: how can a single penny be worth $43 million? While no known 1977 penny has officially sold for that price yet, experts predict that if the perfect specimen were discovered, featuring a rare error, flawless condition, and an unusual composition, it could break records. The coin collecting world is full of surprises, and record-breaking sales happen all the time. In fact, some pennies have sold for millions in the past. It's only a matter of time before a 1977 penny joins the ranks of the most valuable coins ever sold. Chapter 6: How to check if you have a rare 1977 PNNY step-by-step guide with visuals of a magnifying glass, coin scale, and grading tools. Want to see if you have a valuable 1977 penny? Here's what to do. Check for doubling on the obverse, especially on the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Look for any minting errors, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or wrong metal compositions. Inspect the coin's condition. Scratches, dings, and discoloration can lower the value. Weigh the coin. If it's different from the standard 3.11 grams, you may have something special. Consider getting your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to maximize its value. Chapter 7: Where to sell your rare PNNY. Scene, montage of coin shops, online auction sites, and collectors at conventions. If you've got a valuable 1977 penny, there are several great places to sell it. Online marketplaces like eBay and Heritage Auctions, local coin dealers and pawn shops, coin shows and numismatic conventions, directly to private collectors who specialize in rare pennies. Final thoughts and call to action. Scene, dramatic shot of a glowing 1977 penny spinning in slow motion. So there you have it. The 1977 Lincoln penny could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Make sure to check your pocket change and old coin collections, because you might just be holding a fortune in your hands. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries, and drop a comment below. Have you checked your pennies lately? Who knows, your next coin could be worth millions. Outro. Exciting music fades out, channel logo appears, subscribe button animation. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the history, rarity, errors, and value of the 1992 Lincoln penny. You won't believe how much these coins are selling for, and by the end of this video, you'll be checking your pocket change like never before. Stay tuned because you might just have a fortune sitting in your collection. Chapter 1: History of the 1992 Lincoln PNNY. To truly appreciate the value of the 1992 Lincoln penny, we have to take a look at its history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, the design has seen some modifications, but the overall look has remained consistent. In 1992, the Lincoln penny was struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. These coins were made from a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, which had been the standard since 1982. Millions of these pennies were produced, making them a common sight in everyday transactions. However, among these millions, a rare and highly valuable error was created, the 1992 close AM variety. This is where things get very interesting. Chapter 2: What makes the 1992 penny valuable? Not all 1992 pennies are valuable, but a special variety known as the 1992 close AM has collectors paying top dollar. This error occurred when the mint mistakenly used the reverse die intended for the 1993 pennies on some of the 1992 coins. Normally, the letters A and M in America are spaced farther apart on the 1992 penny, but in this rare variety, they are nearly touching, just like on the 1993 version. This subtle difference makes all the difference. The rarity of this error has driven prices through the roof, with some specimens selling for thousands, and in some cases, experts believe a perfect, pristine 1992 close AM penny could fetch a staggering $43 million in the right circumstances. Chapter 3: Mint Mark Differences. 1992 versus 1992 D. The 1992 Lincoln penny was produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. You can tell the difference by looking just below the date. If there's no mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. If there's a small D mint mark, it was struck in Denver. Both Philadelphia and Denver produced the rare close AM variety, but the Denver minted 1992 D close AM penny is the true treasure. It is even rarer than the Philadelphia version, making it the holy grail for collectors. If you happen to have one of these, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Chapter 4: Common Errors and VARIETIS. Aside from the close AM error, there are other valuable mistakes that can be found in 1992 pennies. Some of these errors include double die obverse. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing a noticeable doubling effect on letters and numbers. Some 1992 pennies have this error, and they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes. If a penny was misaligned during the striking process, it can have a dramatic off-center appearance, which makes it more valuable to collectors. BIE error. This is a small die break in the word Liberty, which makes it look like there's an extra letter between the B and E. If you come across any of these errors in your 1992 pennies, make sure to have them evaluated, as they could significantly increase their value. Chapter 5: How much is your 1992 penny worth? The value of a 1992 Lincoln penny depends on its condition and whether it is the rare close AM variety. Here's a rough breakdown. Regular 1992 penny in circulated condition, worth face value, 1 cent. Regular 1992 penny in uncirculated condition, worth up to $51,992. Close AM penny, Philadelphia mint, in high grade, worth $5,000. $25,000 19992 D close AM penny, Denver mint, in high grade, worth $20,000. $50,000 MS 67 or higher. Close AM penny could be worth over $100,000 if a previously undiscovered perfect specimen were found, estimated to be worth up to $43 million. Chapter 6: How to check if you have a rare 1992 PNNY. If you want to check if your 1992 penny is rare, follow these steps. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look at the AM in America on the reverse side of the coin. If the letters are spaced apart, it's a normal 1992 penny. If the letters are almost touching, you may have a rare close AM penny. If you believe you have one, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to determine its true value. Chapter 7: Where to sell your rare PNNY. If you find a valuable 1992 close AM penny, there are several ways to sell it. Online auction sites. Websites like eBay and Heritage Auctions allow collectors to bid on rare coins. Local coin dealers. Some shops specialize in rare coins and may offer a fair price. Coin shows and conventions. Attending a numismatic event can connect you with serious buyers. Direct sales to collectors. Some collectors are always looking to add rare varieties to their collections and will pay top dollar. Final thoughts, and call to ACTION the 1992 Lincoln penny might just be the most valuable penny in your pocket. With rare varieties like the close AM error fetching insane prices, it's time to start checking your loose change. Could you be the one to discover the next $1 million penny? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin finds, and comment below. Have you checked your pennies lately? You never know, your next penny could change your life forever. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting!